Welcome to the series where I test out money-making methods from the OSRS Wiki. Feel free to leave suggestions on which moneymaker you'd like to see next. And also, if you didn't already know, I have a nice playlist that I've created that has all of the previous moneymakers that I've already tried, so go ahead and check it out if you haven't already. With that being said, let's get into the video. So for today's video, I thought we'd go ahead and do a rune crafting one yet again. This time we will be doing death runes, and since I do have 99 rune crafting, we will be able to craft double death runes. Now there are some requirements for this moneymaker, that being 65 rune crafting, but 99 is highly recommended, because if you don't have that, well, then you'll be getting half the profit that you see here. You will also be needing 21 mining, but 70 is recommended so that you can mine through the rocks in the abyss. High hit points will also help out, since there are aggressive monsters in the abyss that can hurt you whenever you're trying to navigate through it. You will also need the completion of the Enter the Abyss and the Morning's End Part 2 quest. Now once you have all of that done, all you need to do is gear up and you can start rune crafting. So besides all of those requirements like the quests, this is the gear setup that I'll be using. I am just wearing my full graceful. I have the Amulet of Glory to teleport back to Edgeville. That is where we will be banking. I have the Explorer's Ring 4, which gives me 3 stamina boosts per day, so that'll be pretty helpful. I am also wearing my max cape because it acts as a rune crafting cape, which will basically make it so that my rune pouches will never degrade. Now if you don't have a rune crafting cape, after some time your pouches will degrade and you will need to speak to the mage that is located in the abyss to repair your pouches. Or you can just use NPC contact and he can repair them from there. As for the type of pickaxe that you can bring, I'm bringing the rune pickaxe just because I have so many of those from the last Callisto video that I made, but I think the best one to bring is the black one since it is the lightest. And I'm also bringing the Falador Shield 4 for some extra protection and prayer restoration if I need it in case I get attacked by PKers. Now as for the bank setup, I have the Pure Essence, the Amulets of Glory, and the Stamina Doses at the bottom right of the inventory. I'm also drawing a screen marker on there just to help me out with faster banking. Now as for some of the plugins that I am using during this moneymaker, I am using the Item Charges plugin to display how many charges on the Glory I have left. This will be helpful, it'll let me know whenever I need to switch it. And I'm also using the Essence Pouch plugin that is found in the plugin hub to tell me how much essence is in the rune pouches. Another helpful thing that you can do is remove the placeholders for your rune pouches and then fill your bank up with the bank fillers so that when you hit the deposit all button, your bags do not go in there. I use the bank fillers for a lot of different money making videos, and I gotta say it really does help out. Now back to the rune pouch plugin. This is the first time that I am using it, and I feel like it was a thing before in the past, but it got removed or something because Jagex changed like the code or something, and it wasn't able to reliably tell you how much essence was in the pouch, and the problem still seems to be there. Every now and then the pouches will either not record how many essence went into the pouch, or it'll give you a wrong number. So it seems like the problem hasn't entirely been fixed yet, but for the most part the plugin does work. I didn't really need it to tell me how much essence I had in the pouch. All I needed was some sort of visual confirmation that told me that there was essence inside the pouch. So in those regards, it did work out pretty well. Now as for the other plugin, the Item Charges plugin, this one I only turn on whenever I am doing the rune crafting videos, and I gotta say it does help out because a lot of the time I will forget how many charges I have on my Glory, so just having that little item notification on the right side of the screen is pretty nice. But since rune crafting is super relaxing, I kind of just got into the groove towards the end and I actually forgot that it was at 0 charges, so I did have to use my cape to teleport to my house and go to Edgeville from there. So with that being said, obviously I wasn't the most efficient during this 1 hour, but it'll be a good representation of what you can expect to get if you're just chilling. Now something that was added not too long ago was, I believe, the ability to actually fill your pouches in the bank interface so you don't have to open it 3 different times. but for me, I don't think it would be faster because you have to right click on the pouch and then select fill. So until there's a one-click option, I don't think it'll be good for me. But if you have mouse keys, if you use mouse keys while runecrafting, it might be a much faster choice for you. But me personally, I've never used them and don't know how to use them, so I'll just stick to my normal method. It's kind of funny whenever I'm recording these runecrafting videos because it started off as kind of being a pain, like before you hit 99, or at least until you get to 77. Once you get to 77, then it's smooth sailing. But before, I remember hating runecrafting so much through the abyss, but now whenever I do it, it's actually kind of relaxing, and it's not a bad moneymaker. It's always something that you can fall back on if you ever lose all your money. You don't need much to start. Pure Essence is at like 1 GP right now, so it is a very easy moneymaker to do if you have the level for it. So if we ever lose our bank again and get cleaned at the arena, this is probably what I'll do to build it up again. Now, I am using the shift click to empty the pouches whenever I am runecrafting, and whenever you are runecrafting, you have to wait until the XP drop basically reaches the total XP bar to do another action. You can't simply spam the actions on the altar, it just won't let you. There's some sort of delay on there. Same thing with teleporting back to Edgeville, you do have to wait until that XP bar is just about to hit the total XP bar at the top right. Another helpful tip is to use Amulets of Glory that have 4 charges. Those would be much cheaper than the 6 charge variants, because whenever you use them completely and they have 0 charges left, you can buy the scrolls that recharge the jewelry, and you'll be saving a lot of money that way. But for this video, I just ended up using my 6 charge glories since I already had them. Plus, it's kind of nice to only have to get a new glory once every 6 bank trips. Now, as for the stamina doses, I tended to use those whenever I was below 30 stamina. I think anything above 30 stamina, I was able to make it to the altar. So anytime that I dropped below that, I would just get one of the 1 doses and drink it from the bank and then continue on. I also found out that you don't have to spam the obstacles whenever you are in the abyss to get through them. Before, I was under the impression that I would fail a lot, so I would have to keep spamming it until it worked. But throughout this video, I just did 1 click on any of the obstacles, whether it be the mining one, the sneaking one, or the distracting one, and they seem to work on the first click. So that was kind of nice. And with that being said, we have finished our 1 hour of crafting death runes. We can now go ahead and go to the bank to do a little price check and see how many we got at the end of it. If I can locate them. Okay, there they are in the Zulrah tab. We have 5,940 death runes total. That amounts to almost 1.3 mil after 1 hour. So definitely not a bad moneymaker, but I do believe that you still make more off of nature runes, and the rune crafting requirement for that is much lower. Unfortunately, when I went to the GE to sell these, the price was actually lower than what it said. They were at 214, but they did sell instantly, so maybe you can get a better price if you leave them in there for a while. And with them being sold, you can see that we have 1,271,000 GP from the 1 hour of crafting death runes, so still not a bad moneymaker. But you should still definitely do your research and check how much money you can make on the wiki. The wiki will reliably tell you what runes are best to craft. I still believe that if you look at nature runes right now, it'll probably be more money than this, and like I said before, the rune crafting level requirement is a lot lower than this one, because you do in fact need 99 rune crafting to make this much. If we didn't have that, you can pretty much half the profit that we got from this entire video. But with that being said, we can now go ahead and calculate the total profit that we made from this one video. So if we subtract the cost of supplies, which was the stamina potions, the pure essence, and the amulets of glory, we get 23,270 GP. We can subtract that from the total amount of money that we made, which was 1,271,160 GP. And that will give us a total amount of 1,247,890 GP from 1 hour of death runes. And as you can see here, we got a pretty close amount to what the wiki suggested that we'd make. We were actually very close to getting the same amount of death runes. Here on the wiki it says 6,000, and we did fall, I believe, 60 short, so not bad. Much better than the Wrath Rune video where I believe I was short a couple hundred. And here is a look at the amount of XP that we got. Almost 30k from this 1 hour of death runes, We also got some agility experience and some mining experience from navigating the obstacles in the abyss. I just want to say thanks for checking out the video, and if you enjoyed it, please consider giving it a thumbs up and possibly a subscription. And as always, I will catch you guys in the next episode.